Hello, hello, hello. We are live. Alright, what's up, everybody? Why cover now? I just felt like live streaming again, really. I've made some discoveries that I'd like to talk about, mainly relating to psychology. Um, I think I might live stream here more often because, I got everything done. I got nothing left to do. This period, we basically do nothing because none of the IT will fix the computers, which we're supposed to be working on. So we basically do whatever the hell we want and get away with it for free. Um, I did all my work already, all the crap I'm supposed to do. Since, grades aren't doing too well. um, but overall, we're good. So psychology. Um, I've been working on a soft model of, the human consciousness. I'll let you decide whether or not it's true. Sort of a rough draft. Kind of just came up with it at like 2 a.m. last night, so it's a little sloppy. But I wanted to show it to you. So it's only a brief, unrefined form of my model of human psychology, but it's the best I've come up with so far. I'll debate on this. All debate on this is totally accepted because it would help me get close to figuring it out. So there are 3 layers to this model. There's awareness, perception, and emotion. Awareness is just the raw sense of being which exists everywhere in the universe, like the dreamless sleep thing, but like amplified by 40. If you're particularly good at shutting off the monkey brain, you can experience this in its purest form. It involves no thought or feeling, it's just being. Everything except for awareness is localized on the body. Awareness is a field. Everything else is a psychological detected in reaction to outside stimuli, or at least so I believe. By the way, just adding on top of that, since I've gotten so good at just shutting off my mind, I've been needing to start thinking purposefully, and it's exhausting. Like I'm actually having some trouble processing things, but when I feel like it kicks back on. Could be the first signs of dementia, but I don't know. So that was awareness. Um, Perception is just all stimuli, sensations like you can see, hear, touch, all that crap. It's just stimuli to the outside environment. And then emotions, which are reactions to stimuli. And in my model, thoughts and emotions are sort of the same thing. I'll get into that soon. So, all right. So since we already covered what awareness is, being the first layer of it, there are also perceptions, which is the second layer, and the 3 perceptions which I've discovered just due to reductionism is pain, pleasure, and shock. Sure, we all know what those mean. Pain is negative stimuli of all kinds. Pleasure is positive stimuli of all kinds. Those can vary from person to person. And shock is any kind of stimuli which are either new or unpredicted, like something that your body wasn't really expecting to happen. um, so pain, pleasure, or shock could all result in 7 different emotions, which I figured out using reductionism again. This all sounds crazy. Just give me a minute. So there's dread, rage, and terror, which are, the 3 responses to negative stimuli. Responses to negative stimuli all vary from person to person. For me, it's mainly rage. I get really angry at things. I have been getting more recently. Could be hormones, could be something else. I don't know. Um, and then there are 3 positive emotions which sort of counteract those, which is peace, humor, and excitement. All responses to positive stimuli. Responses all vary from person to person, just like negative emotions. For me, I mainly feel a sort of peace when something goes correctly. So, and then there's confusion, which is the 7th emotion. This is where it gets a little trippy. Confusion is caused by shock. Confusion is what we perceive as thinking, when really it is only the brain trying to figure out how to feel how to feel about something or how to reason something out using other emotions or sensations. We've captured these emotions very well in language, and that's why we are able to convince ourselves to feel one way about something rather than another. Language is a great tool for confusion. To prove this, try convincing yourself that something bad that happened to you, like maybe just a couple of days ago, was actually a good thing. Can you do that without language? Can you do that without reasoning? All emotions and sensations can lead to other emotions or sensations because of language. And language isn't something, language is built into us. Overall, your awareness is everywhere, but your consciousness is centered on your body. And what you perceive to be thought is actually just language trying to convince you of feeling. No, it's trying to convince you of feeling a certain way about something. Language is built into us. The symbols used to convey it vary greatly, but language itself is constant in our minds. That's all. Okay, so maybe I should have added a fourth layer, which is language. So yeah, I'm just gonna really quickly draw this out for you here. That's just my idea on it so far. Just give me a minute. By the way, I've been using a plastic bag since I don't really have a book bag right now. Isn't that just saddening? So let me just draw this out for you. I don't expect anybody to show up, by the way. This is kind of just a BS stream again. But oh well, it's fun to me. Hope it's fun to anybody who catches it afterwards. Might do this more often during, around 12 p.m. I'm also going to be doing one on Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to show up on that, you can. Thought I just heard somebody say my name. Anyway, right. Just drawing this out for you real quick. That's exactly what Kyrie did, bro. Yeah. Not Kyrie. They not. No, we're not going back. Okay, so I've just disproved myself. Thought is the language which our minds use to convince us of emotion. There we go. It started with Kanye West, right? Kanye West really started moving, bro. That's not right. That's number two. No, that's the other two. He is D in his head. I can't shoot. I need her. It's all purely reductionism, by the way. That's my only method of this, other than just analyzing my own mind. He's a veteran, though. Good, bro. We got Trubisky from the Steelers and we gave him back to the
Can the following students please report to Mr. Alvarez's office? Jackson Kamanzi, Matthew Coleman, and Yara Lise Marrero. Please report to Mr. Alvarez's office.
And those are now the three people of the day. Sorry, this is a little boring for you. Just writing something out real quick here. By the way, I rewatched the last stream that I did. The last stream that I did in here a couple of days ago. It's good to know that you can actually hear my voice over this, Sorry, I'm just thinking. What is the relation between confusion and language?
That offseason, bro, I'm hitting camps with Nas, right, Nas? He's gonna go to the camps.
Alright.
Me and Nas went to eat there.
So memory has to exist somehow. There's something in us that must hold memory, otherwise it's a sort of causeless cause situation. What I mean by that is, I think I explained this before to you in another live stream. If memories are just thoughts strung together, then what are thoughts if not memories? And that sort of leaded to a causeless effect, a causeless cause, whatever it is. It led to an infinite stream of ideas. But I'm pretty confident in saying that that's not correct. So I guess memories have to exist in some form. I'll figure out how they exist a little later.
Yo, oh yeah, I seen this. I remember he headbutted another dude. He headbutted another dude after this. Watch, look at watch.
All right, so, and then there is language as the fourth one, which is like the calculation, thinking, etc., etc., etc. All right, this is pretty sloppily done, but here's what I got on it. I hope you can see that, and I hope it's not inverted. To me, it looks like it is, but I don't know about it.
Every classroom I walked into, I was scared somebody.
Sorry, that was just teacher. Anyway, so I hope this isn't inverted for you. It looks like it is on my end, but it could change. When it's uploaded. Could. But if not, here's what we got. Feel free to flip that around. That's just my idea of how consciousness works. Once again, it's a very rough draft. None of this is proven nor disproven. It's just my own a priori. You can debate me for hours on this. I'll even invite you on if you want, because, the more you can debate me on it, the closer I'd get to the actual understanding of psychology. It's clearly a rough draft, but it's the best I got. Where is it going with that? Right. So, I'm no neuroscientist at all, obviously. I'm a freaking 15-year-old kid just using a priori reasoning to figure out things that he can't possibly understand, but, it's what I could come up with. Oh, wait, you know what? I got something to debate that fits in well with this. Let me look something up real quick. Right, okay. So, hold on, let me just find a good one here. Google kind of sucks with this. All right, this one works. So, while studying emotions in human psychology, something that I came across was called Plutchik's. I think that's how it's pronounced. Plutchik's Reel of Emotions with Basic Emotions and Derivative, blah, blah, blah. If you study psychology at all, you probably know what this is. It's the most commonly accepted emotional chart for humans. But the problem that I had with it, pardon me, I just had to stretch. The problem that I had with it is that it can be reduced down further. So, there are overall 8 emotions, and they all have different, levels of which they come in, but the baseline are 8, and that is ecstasy, which is like the feeling of joy, admiration, which is love and stuff, terror, amazement, which is like surprise, wow, you know, or just being distracted on something. There's grief, which is, sadness. Um, there's loathing, which is just hate for something. Uh, there is rage, anger, and there's vigilance, which is basically, you very much anticipate something to happen. You're waiting for something to happen. Uh, so I've reduced loathing and terror down into the same category because they all sort of cover the same exact thing. It's it's a general dislike for something and the want to avoid it. And I put vigilance and amazement together to create, the category of confusion, like the shock of something, or the waiting for something to happen, And that left us with 6 emotions rather than 8. Of course, I've used other ones, but that's like the main one that I've covered. I could be wrong about this. Again, it's just a 15-year-old debating psychology that's hundreds of years old. But, just a couple of thoughts on it, is all. Just a couple of thoughts. Much like my viewers. By the way, just came out of lunch, so I have this here. It's like a frozen thing. It's really delicious. It's like strawberries and blueberries mixed with a frozen thing. Of course, it's melted, but it's pretty good. So that's all I really had to talk about for this one. I see that I'm running on 17 minutes. I think that's around where I ended the last one. I don't really feel like it, but I just got too much stuff going. Too much stuff running in my brain. I want to fill in the gaps with something else. Hold on. Nothing's really been happening lately. It's all just kind of been sorry, I got distracted with something. Anyway, nothing's really been going on recently. It's just been, school crap. We have this one really cool, college student who comes in. I'm not going to tell you his name, but for the sake of it, I will say it rhymes with Pjorge. So Mr. Pjorge is a college student who's been studying here, mainly in history class. He's trying to become a teacher, and this is his last day, and I think he's done a pretty good job at teaching. It's better than the actual history teacher, I believe. Let's hope that she doesn't watch these. I'm pretty confident in saying that she doesn't. I don't think she would care that much. But, cheers to that guy, I guess. He's a really good teacher, one of the last good ones. Because he teaches outside of what should be taught, really. Like he adds in some other bits and pieces that aren't necessarily known that well in academia, which I value a lot because, my whole thing is logic over policy. I think that policy is stupid, should be abandoned in search for logic. Because, that's just, it's the logical way to go about things, that's all. There's no confusion involved in it. I've been really attached to the idea of reductionism lately. I've been doing everything in a reductionist way. I'm basically still learning how to walk. Like, literally. Since I walk home a lot, I sometimes wonder what is the most efficient way of walking. So I've done experiments with it. So far, I figured out long stride, fast movement. Like walking very confidently, because that gets you farther quicker. and it exhausts the legs a little less. So I'm a little weird with it. But you know, it's been an interesting journey refining myself down doing all these things. Oh, excuse me. Well, I sort of exhausted what I'm not. I've exhausted what I'm able to talk about. So I guess catch you in the next stream. Anybody who shows up, which has been no one yet, but that's fine. These can just be videos or something. So cheers.